Hey everyone, welcome back to Priyanka On Air. I'm Priyanka, and today we are diving into a topic I know so many of you are curious about working in Agile, building a tech career in Dubai, and how AI is shaking things up. And to unpack all of that with me, I'm super excited to be joined by Sayani, a passionate and experienced Scrum Master currently working in the fast moving tech space of Dubai. We are going to talk about everything from the tools and tech stack agile teams are using to what the job market looks like in Dubai. How to stand out with resume, which certifications are worth your time, and how learning and AI are changing the game for Scrum Masters and Agile professionals. So, whether you're just getting started in Agile, already working in tech, or thinking to making a move to Dubai, this is one of those episodes you don't want to miss. Let's jump in. Sayani, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyanka, for the invite.
Okay, so let's start with the basics, the tools and tech. Okay, Sayani, I would love to start by painting a picture for our listeners. What kind of tech stack or tools do you see most agile teams using in Dubai right now? Are there tools that have become the part of your daily routine, like Jira, Confluence, or something we haven't heard of?
Priyanka. So yes, Jira and Confluence, as you say, these are the backbone I believe for the agile. And other than because Jira serves as a project management tool, while Confluence being integrated with Jira helps really write in a good documentation and keeping everything in one place. Another tool I used in Dubai called Trello. This is also a project management tool, and it's helps for smaller project setups where you want a visual task management. Trello is a very good tool. Another tool which I really like using, that's Miro. It helps in brainstorming, creating workflow diagrams, even helps in retrospective as well. So Miro is a very good tool. And for communication, I would say Teams. Most of the companies use Microsoft Teams. However, I've seen few companies using Slack as well.
Right. Thank you so much for the detailed description, Sayani. And okay, do you feel Scrum Master need to know what's happening on the dev side, the actual tech stack, or is it more about process and people?
Very good question, I would say, Priyanka. So it totally depends on the team structure, team's maturity level, and at if the team is at early stage of agile adoption, where communication, collaboration is still being established. In that case, I would be saying it's absolutely yes, because knowing a foundational or basic technical flow will help the scrum master to lead the discussions, facilitate the discussions, and remove the blockers which team is facing. However, if the team is a mature team where there is a technical architect, technical lead, product owners, yes, then a scrum master can focus more on the team strategy, team coaching, and an agile process. However, having said that, at the end it matters the interest of the person. If the scrum master wants to know, okay, how what technical flow team is using, that's of course good to know. It will help like the person to be always relate to what team is discussing, what block or what hindrances they are facing. It's of course the person's choice.
Okay, I think that's really nice. And also for road mapping, okay, every agile team has a different flavor when it comes to planning. How do
Right.
you approach road maps and sprint planning in your teams?
See, roadmap is basically a bigger picture, right? Where we decide what we are building, why we are building, and what business goals or customer values we are trying to add. Like a roadmap can be, I want to build a bill payment system.
Right.
However, now we have to do create right initiatives, epics, and user stories which are aligned to that roadmap. Now, when I talk about sprint planning is more on the execution side. So, right. So, in sprint planning, when I create a sprint and have the sprint goal. Of course, in the sprint goal, the team should be aligned. Okay, this is the sprint goal that we are trying to achieve out of the sprint. That sprint goal should directly tie up with the roadmap.
Right.
right? So that is something very important. And another part of sprint planning, I would say, it's of course very good to have entire team involved, because when you involve the entire team, you get questions from various team members, right? And it helps you to refine the stories, it helps you to get the right estimation, and okay, this business goal I will achieve through this sprint goal, and I will achieve is this through 2 3 sprints. So it will help you to plan your work basically.
Yeah. And also, I have other question. Like, for example, you have created a roadmap for quarter one,
Mhm.
and then you like maybe you have divided it into the sprints. And what happens when things go off track mid sprint? How do you guide the team back on course without killing momentum?
See, best part of agile is that you cannot get drifted away much.
Mm,
Whenever there is a blocker or a unforeseen challenge,
mm,
either it will get highlighted right away on that same day, or at max or the next day daily stand up. And yes, however we estimate and refine during implementation, it's very common to have a situation which the team never envisaged to be.
mm,
So in that case, okay, if the challenge is real, the first step should discuss with the right stakeholders, like
right.
yes, involved with the product owners, the business, and explain the challenge what you are facing.
Mm,
And of course with help, so here transparency is the key, and early communication is very important. So
yeah, that's
at this, okay, the stakeholders are informed, then they can go and reprioritize the sprint planning stories, or we can have experts helping out to
yeah.
mitigate the risk. So yes, this is a very common scenario, but an early communication, transparency, and aligning everyone from and the team to business, it really helps a lot to mitigate such situation.
And I have also seen, like, for example, there is a sprint going on, and mid sprint, they decide, okay, this ticket will be doing it into the next sprint, something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
This happens, like, not a lot, but it happens. Okay. But whenever it happens, like, do you guys pick that the ticket which you have moved to other sprint, or something like that? Because if you have already decided the sprints, are you just playing with the timeline of the other sprint, or like how do you stick with the timeline?
See, firstly, you have to understand why that story has been moved to the another sprint. What is the challenge? Is it some means ticket which the other ticket which you are working on, it turned out to be more complex than that you thought of, or it can be we have a dependency on another team which initially we didn't identify, and while we are working on it, we find out, okay, there is a dependency on the other team. So
Right.
first reason should be, yes, what is the reason I'm moving this story move back to the next sprint?
Mm,
Spillovers are, yeah, can happen, that's fine, but what is the reason for that?
yeah.
So in that case, okay, if you are moving out something, can I reprioritize something from my upcoming sprint? Can I pull that in the sprint, and can we achieve the sprint goal or not? If not, discuss with stakeholders and business, and of course, communication is the magic word,
Yeah, that's
which
right.
helps and create wonders.
I absolutely agree with you, Sayani. Okay, let's talk about Dubai, the tech hub. Okay,
Hmm.
Dubai is becoming such a hot spot for tech talent. From your perspective, what's the job market like to Scrum Masters and Agile professionals out there?
See, while Dubai is the land of opportunities,
Mhm.
but and the opportunities are really high, but the competition is really high as well, right?
Yeah,
And you have one job coming up on LinkedIn, and you get 100 plus application in couple of minutes. So
yeah,
competition is really high. Yes, there are opportunities. So now to speak about Scrum Master, yes, there are opportunities,
yeah,
but what trend I'm seeing these days in the market, the Scrum Master's role is getting merged with the project management role.
yeah, that's right.
So this role is really evolving,
Mhm.
right? And now the companies are also expect to hire candidates who can wear multiple hats. right? So you already, as a Scrum Master, you already have your agile skills. Now, if you can add and evolve yourself to more budgeting, pricing, and communication to stakeholder, it give you another additional feel to you. So it's yeah, the market is good, but I believe if someone can upskill themselves towards more towards the project management, that will be really helpful for someone who is looking.
Yeah, and I can see the companies they're hiring the most of the product managers, not only in Dubai, but in other countries too. I think if there are, I think, for example, there are 10 product manager roles, then there are 5 Scrum Master roles, something like that is going on in the market. And because they are, as you mentioned, that the people are like, for Scrum Master, they are moving more towards the project manager roles. Okay. And also, are the companies here like they're looking for mostly for local talents, or they're open to hire international folks even remotely?
So these are very good questions, Priyanka. So it totally depends on company to company, right? So if a company has a need where they want someone who would speak in a specific language,
Right.
maybe Russian, maybe Chinese or Arabic, so that they can understand the business requirement, right? So like the Scrum Masters or product related roles are more customer facing or more business facing. So if somebody, when someone prefers someone into a specific language, maybe because they want the Scrum Master or the product person to understand the business context. So here the language skill becomes as important as technical or the agile quality of one person has. So in such kind of scenarios, yes, there is a trend where companies hire people in a specific language oriented. Else, if the English being a global language mostly, if then there is no such restriction.
Yeah, I think that's right. And also, like, for example, like they have been hired even remotely or the people working here. For anyone looking to move to Dubai or even just compare markets, what's the typical salary range for Scrum Master or Agile roles here?
This is another thing which depends on company to company.
Right.
What we have seen, at least I have seen back in India, with this years of experience, this is the salary bandwidth. But this is not the case in Dubai. Someone with lesser experience can have a higher salary and vice versa. It totally depends on the company's budget for that specific role. So if once someone first time coming to Dubai, he or she is trying a career, it can be something around from 8 to 10,000. And someone who is upskilled, a Scrum Master who is upskilled himself or herself as a product manager,
Yeah.
then it can go as high as 30 to 35,000.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's totally depends on the skill set level and the company's budget for that specific role.
Okay. So you're talking about the skill sets. Okay. So do companies in Dubai help with upskilling, like sponsoring certifications or training?
Yes, they do. They really do. Like companies now really, because firstly, one thing is AI, where every company wants their employees to be AI skilled. Yes, they are doing. However, there are things where a company wants a particular employee to be skilled in a particular tech stack. Yes, they do sponsor, and or some companies do reimburse when you pass that certification. So
Yeah.
yes, it's a very common trend in Dubai as
I
well.
think that's amazing because here I can see a lot of companies are giving you like certification reimbursement, or they're like,
Yes.
pushing you to learn something new every day. Okay. So let's talk about the resumes. You have probably seen your fair share of resumes. What makes a Scrum Master or product owner or project manager stand out to you?
Yes, I have reviewed many kind of resumes in my career till now, but I think what stands out is when someone writes something which is more with having business outcomes or results.
Right.
Like I'll give you an example. If someone writes, I have managed two teams with sprint planning, right?
Okay.
BTech. I am doing the sprint planning of two teams. Instead of this, if someone writes, I am managing the sprint planning and retrospective of two cross-functional teams, and which results in the increment in predictability by 30%. So this kind of business objectives really gives a boost to your CV or resume. So instead of writing a big statement without a proof, that's really not good to have. So it's always good practice. What gives a boost to your CV is writing statements which have a business outcome.
Yeah, guys, please do write something which has a business outcome because it actually stands out to your resume into, the sea of applicants. Okay. Okay. And also, any common mistakes do you see candidates make? Like you have already mentioned that they're mentioning some very simple statement, something like that. But like, especially for those who are transitioning into agile roles, do you see the candidates who are applying are making mistakes in resume?
See, it's another good question, Priyanka. So many people think agile is all about daily stand up and ceremony.
Yeah.
That's not the case. Agile is about maturity you have, the adaptability you have, the collaboration and communication skills you have, and you learn from your mistakes and improve yourself.
Right.
So that is the main thing of agile. And someone who is trying to transform to agile role, this is transformation or transition doesn't happen in one day, right? You have to give time, and if you start analyzing your sprint reports from one after one first sprint, then you will not see a positive or a good result, because when the team is forming and they're transitioning, the sprint velocity may not be good, right? But when the team matures, they have started good communication and collaboration among themselves, and they have learned from their sprint or from their upcoming or their previous retrospectives. After 3 to 4 sprints, you will may find that okay, sprint velocity has really increased remarkably.
Okay. Yeah. So you're saying that it's more about showing results, like team impact or delivery metric, just more than just listing responsibilities, right?
Correct, correct.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the most important part, certifications. Okay. Because I heard a lot of people are doing Scrum Master certifications, product manager certification. Let's be honest, there are so many agile certifications out there. Which ones would you say are actually worth it, especially in Dubai market?
See, depends on what career or what role someone is working on.
Right.
See, like yes, CSM, so certified Scrum Master certification is a good one. But if one, as I said in my previous answers, if someone is trying to evolve themselves, then yeah, the CSM with PMP certification works very good. Like I've done certification and certified Scrum product owner. So yes, CSPO is also a good certification. However, having said that, certification of course really helps, but certification and experience goes hand on hand,
Mhm.
right? You have a certification, but you don't have any experience.
Hmm.
No, so normally companies don't hire someone. Okay, it will hire if someone is a fresh graduate or intern level. Yes, certification can do a quick crack for you.
Right.
However, if someone is at a like experienced professional, and that person is doing only a certification with no experience, then getting a result maybe it may become a
Yeah.
little bit difficult.
Okay. And also, do you feel certification help you get foot in the door? Because I have seen a lot of people that are doing the certification thinking that they might get the job after doing the certification, or they are just more valuable once you're already inside.
I believe when you are in such kind of a profile, suppose as a product owner, I'm building a AI product. Then if I do a Gen AI certification, it will give a boost to my career.
Right.
If I am building some different product which has no link to the AI, yes, It's of course with AI being the buzzword, it's good to have the AI knowledge. But when you go for interviews, people will ask, do you have only certification or do you have the relevant experience also?
Right, right.
So while certifications do help, but experience near to the certification, it really, which is relate with that experience, you can relate to that certification, right? That really makes
Yeah,
sense.
but like I have asked, like the certification, if someone is, for example, in QA, okay, or in DevOps, or as a developer, they are working, okay, and they want to get into product, or as a Scrum Master, they want to start their career. Like, if they do some certification, the certification can actually help them to get the new job as a Scrum Master.
See, suppose I'm working as a dev in a company,
Yeah.
and I feel I have more interest towards the Scrum Master
Right.
or product management role. Yes, I do a certification. I go to tell to the company, see, I have interest towards this role. If you can give me an opportunity to this role. So
Right.
in try to evolve your role while you are staying in the same company. So that really helps when you go to when you interview for the another company. It
Mm.
really helps. Okay, I was developer.
Yeah.
I wanted to evolve my career to in the product management role, and after this certification, and I worked as a product manager for 1 or 2 years, and I built this product, and I want to move on now. So this kind of approach really helps. Only a certification with dev skills, yeah.
Really, I think that's really amazing advice. Currently, you're working in XYZ company. Please start working there as a Scrum Master or product manager or whatever role you want to get into. And then once you gather the experience, okay, then you can move to other company and you can show that experience. So it will be easier for you to, learn more, get into other roles, something like that. Okay, thank you so much, Sayani, for this. And also, let's talk about learning. How do you stay sharp? Okay. So, with Agile constantly evolving, how do you keep your skills up? Any books, courses, or resources you would recommend?
So I mainly follow bloggers,
Mhm.
industry leaders on the LinkedIn, the newsletters I subscribe for, and that's my source of learning what's happening new on this specific industry. So yes, and of course this in Dubai it's very common to have meetups,
Yeah, that's right.
community meetups,
Hmm.
okay, like product manager meetups, product designer meetups. So this kind of AI related summits are of course so common these days in Dubai. So going to these meetups, you will get to encircle or create your network in your area. You get to hear industry leaders speaking about what's going on new. So this kind of things really helps me to learn a lot from others. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. I think everyone should go and join the meetups because you can increase your network there and then you learn from others, right?
Correct.
Okay. So now let's talk about the AI. AI is everywhere. So let's talk about it. Okay. So we cannot do a podcast in 2025 without talking about AI.
Correct.
How the AI is starting to impact agile teams or even your day to day as a scrum master.
This is such a relevant
Yeah.
question in this podcast. So, Priyanka, I really remember my days, early days of my career, where after every meeting, I used to spend so much time in writing MOMs and follow up tasks. And these days, it's ready in 1 minute
Yeah.
just after the meeting. That's such a big savior.
Yeah.
Okay, this was discussed, the MOM is created, the follow-up tasks were created, and you just need to, of course, the AI gives you that, but you of course have to go through it. Sometimes you have to do modification. So AI is smart, but using AI, you can do smarter things, right?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yes, things which earlier used to take half an hour, now it's done in couple of minutes. So this is something really is helping in a lot with AI. creating reports, like you upload 2 3 sprint reports and it will give a summary, it will give you the analysis how team is performing, what are the risks uh, there can be in the upcoming sprints. And it AI really leveraging AI, someone can reduce their daily manual work and can spend more time in the product research, the business strategy, working with the people, coaching, and other things. Now documentation, creating reports and MMs just a few minutes away.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone is using AI. Actually, a lot of QAs, like, they're just giving a few basic steps and this and that, and they're creating bugs, they're creating the documentation.
Yeah,
It's like very easy life with AI, actually.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Everyone should leverage on AI.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Have you seen teams use AI for sprint planning, backlog grooming, or reporting, or is it still early days?
See, as I said, with AI can analyze your previous sprint reports and give a summary how the team is performing. You
Mm.
can use that report to plan your upcoming sprint. Of course, backlog grooming during like team can more research on the product, can ask more relevant. Even team can suggest some improvement on the product based on the research they have done. And for reporting, as I said, it's absolutely it works as wonders. Like you give your prompt and your reports are ready in few minutes.
Yeah, that's
Not
true.
even few minutes. That's I told a long time away in few
Yeah,
seconds.
few seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think agile professionals should start learning more about AI or even data skills to stay ahead?
Yes, definitely, definitely. As it's a very common saying,
Mm.
AI is not here to replace us, it's just to help us.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
should all leverage on that. And whoever in whatever field you are in, be you are a dev, you are a QA, you
Mhm.
are a product person, yes, with agentic AI, with Gen AI, you should upskill yourself and get into the flow.
Okay, I think that is amazing, and thank you, Sayani, for like giving such beautiful answers. Okay, so I have last round for you. Before we wrap, let's do a quick rapid fire round. Say the first thing that comes to your mind. I have only two questions for you. Favorite agile tool?
Myra,
Okay, best career advice you have received?
learn, upskill, and move on.
I think that's amazing. Thank you so much, Sayani, for your time. And this was so insightful. Thank you for sharing your experience and giving us a real world look at what it's working in Agile, especially in Dubai. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you as well, Priyanka, because I think you're doing a great work. You're doing a great role for whoever wants to start their career in Dubai or someone who wants to transition their role from one role to another. You are doing a great work. You are helping so many tech candidates like us. Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Thank you so much, Sayani. It was really amazing. Thank you so much for giving your time to us. And to everyone listening, I hope you're walking away with practical tips and a better understanding of what the path looks like if you're exploring a Scrum Master or Agile career. If this episode resonated with you, do me a favor, please do like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel or share it with a friend who is building their tech career. Thanks for turning in to Priyanka On Air. I'm Priyanka, and I'll catch you next time with more real talks, real people, and real career insight. Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and stay agile.